Joining us from Atlanta, Jamal Anderson. Of course, we know who he is, football analyst and former All-Pro running back with the Atlanta Falcons. Jamal, good to see you this morning.
Great to see you guys this morning. How you doing?
We're doing great. Not as great as Michael Vick. I mean, what an unbelievable season.
Right.
I mean, what do you make of this? I mean, this is a guy who a lot of teams didn't want anymore. We were just talking about the Redskins. It was Donovan McNabb, the former Eagles quarterback, who was instrumental in bringing Vick to the NFL, and then Vick takes his job in Philadelphia. That backstory we don't need to get into, but I mean, this is an incredible turnaround for a guy who really, you know, if things had gone a different way, might not even be there this season.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's one of the remarkable stories this year in the NFL. Clearly, you know, Michael Vick was picked up by the Philadelphia Eagles last year, assisted, frankly, by Donovan McNabb to come to the Eagles. He gets there, and people are wondering, does he still have it? Can he still move the way he did before? Will his talent ever come back, particularly with the 2-year layoff? And what has he done this year, in addition to coming in and taking over as a starting job? Because remember, before this season started, Kevin Kolb was a starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. So people didn't even expect Michael Vick to really contribute in the manner that he has thus far. And it has been amazing. You know, he missed 3 games this year, but he's played fantastically.
Yeah, and Jamal, interestingly enough, that sort of gave the Eagles cover when this first happened. They were like, look, he's a backup guy. We don't know how much he's going to play. Because there was a lot of outrage. I mean, you know, I hail from Philadelphia. A lot of my family members said, oh, we're not even going to watch them anymore because of this. And now all of a sudden he's in the top spot. They're winning, and it seems that this past with the dogfighting and how angry people were is largely forgotten. Does that surprise you?
You know, it doesn't surprise me, obviously, and I've heard this so many times when you talk about different stars and different people who have an ability to come back and prove that they have the talent to do what they did before. You know, Britney Spears, Mike Tyson, different people who've gone through certain things or had tremendous controversies and get an opportunity again to prove themselves. You're looking at Michael Vick here, who last year, even when he was on the football field at times for the Philadelphia Eagles, wasn't necessarily spectacular. He gets his body in shape. He commits himself fully to football. Admittedly, Michael says that he didn't give his entire effort in the 6 seasons he was with the Falcons, but he also had a number of different offensive coordinators and constant coaching changes in the Philadelphia Eagles offensive system. He's got the same set of coaches now for a couple of years, guys who have been together for several years on the staff prior to Michael Vick. That continuity, his efforts on the football field and what he's doing and understanding the game, and then his speed and everything came back from working out. So he's been absolutely fantastic.
And Jamal, I mean, one of the stories that I just think is incredible, last night on Football Night in America, Tony Dungy, the former Colts head coach, was talking about how he went to Leavenworth Prison, spent time with Michael Vick in prison. And, you know, Vick talked about those dark days where, you know, the door would slam shut and he would realize, boy, I'm going to be here for a while. And I'm just curious, you know, it seems like people inside the NFL have given Michael Vick a second chance. But what about the rest of the general public? I mean, the football fans out there, maybe even their families who aren't into football quite as much. Are we giving Michael Vick, are we cutting him too much slack because he's a superstar, because he wins football games?
Well, I think the reality is Michael served his time. In fact, he went in early to serve his time. He got out early. He did all the programs set forth. He has done everything that the commissioner has asked him to do. I mean, what more can you ask of him? I'm not advocating for people to like Michael Vick or root for Michael Vick. He admits what he did was atrocious. Obviously, it was very, very painful what he went through before, but he's done absolutely everything that has been asked of him to not only earn a second chance, but make the most of his second chance. He's saying the right things. I mean, I'm watching him. I was a teammate. And what can you say? You know, what more can you ask of him to do? In addition to coming on the football field and doing the things that he's done for the Philadelphia Eagles, he has done everything he said he was going to do. He's done everything per the commissioner's request, and he served his time, and in fact, early again. So, you know, second chance, I think he certainly earned it.
Big question now, though, what happens? They've got him for a bargain, you know, about what, $100,000 a game in 2009. Is he getting a huge contract and staying in Philly? What do you think?
Oh, I think it would be, obviously, the fans in Philadelphia, it's something that everybody's talking about right now. You got to remember, Kevin Kolb did come in and play well, and the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's a slam dunk that Michael Vick would be there. I think it would certainly be intelligent for the Eagles to try to sign him.
He takes him all the way to the Super Bowl. He's probably going to be there next season.
I mean, it's easy to say, but Donovan McNabb did it several times.
That's
and
true.
Obviously, he just got a big contract with the Washington.
Yeah,
Right,
plus you have to
right.
win a Super Bowl. You can't just get there.
You can't go 4 or 5 times and we still love you. You better win it.
All right, Jamal Anderson, thank you.
Good to see you,
Thank you,
Jamal.
guys.
Thanks
Pleasure.
so much. 48 minutes after the hour, we'll be right back.